Now today I'll be building a fairly small house featuring a unique 2-floor design with 2 balconies and an overhanging garage area above the driveway. So without any further ado, let's get right into building it. Now first up, we will lay out the dimensions of the house. So let's begin by laying out a 9 wide by 9 long L shape of gray concrete, which will be for the walls at the back and right sides of the house. Then from the end of this, go over 5 blocks to the left and place in another row of this gray concrete that goes inwards 4 blocks. Next we'll use oak planks to fill in the gaps between the gray concrete. So between these 2 rows of concrete here, place oak planks across the gap a block in from the ends. Then from the last concrete block at the back left, place in a 4 long row of oak planks towards the front. And then at the end of this row, add 2 more oak planks to the right so it forms an L shape. Now off the left side of this area, we'll add in a few blocks for some columns. So from the end of this concrete at the back left, place in an extra block of gray concrete here, and then also place one that is 5 blocks in front of this one. Then from both ends of these blocks we place go over 4 blocks to the left of them and add in a couple more blocks. So now with the dimensions of the house laid out, we'll next build up all the gray concrete and oak planks up to a total height of 3 blocks tall. Then in this enclosed area within the walls, let's replace the grass with red concrete or any block you'd like as the flooring. And now lastly, let's cover up the first floor by adding a layer of red concrete over this entire area for the ceiling. Next up, we'll add the second floor onto the building. So let's come to the back right corner at the top of the house and place in a 10 long by 6 wide rectangle of gray concrete that is 2 blocks tall. Then once we have these walls in place here, let's cover them over with red concrete for the ceiling. Next we'll build a couple additional walls at the front and back of the house. So first come to the right side of this top wall, go over a block, and place down 4 light gray concrete blocks to the left, and then build this up to a height of 4 blocks. Then let's come around to the back of the house and also starting a block over from this bottom corner, place in 4 concrete blocks to the right and build the wall up to a total of 8 blocks. And now with both these walls in place, let's connect them together along the top of the roof. Next up, we'll add quartz frames around the red concrete ceilings. So starting with the bottom layer of red concrete, let's place quartz slabs along the bottom half of them around the entire house. Then let's add in another row of these quartz slabs around the house that is half a block above the red concrete this time. So once we have these quartz frames around the bottom layer of red concrete, we can now do the same thing around the red concrete at the top of the roof. Next up, we'll add in all the doors and windows to the house. So using dark oak doors, let's first place the front door of the house at the middle of this oak section here. Then up top, let's add a double door at the middle of this light gray concrete wall for the first balcony. And also over at the top left, let's add a double door at the middle of this wall here for the second balcony. Next, we'll start adding in all the windows using white stained glass panes. So let's first add a 3-way window at the middle of the wall to the left of the light gray concrete. Then if we come around to the right side, let's add a 2-way window at the middle of the wall up top here. And now for the bottom of this wall, we can add a couple 2-way windows here, spaced a block apart from each other. Lastly, at the back of the house, we can add a couple 2-way windows into the light gray concrete wall at the same height as the previous windows. Next up, we'll add in the driveway to the house. So starting beneath this overhang at the left side, let's replace the grass between the concrete columns with stone slabs except between the front two. Then in front of these first two concrete columns, let's extend out the stone slabs 3 blocks by replacing the grass in front of them. Now between these stone slabs and in front of the door, let's replace the grass with light gray concrete. Then with the driveway in place, let's then place some bushes around the left and back sides of it using leaf blocks. Now lastly, for the exterior of the house, I'm just going to add some decorative features. So at the front door, I'm going to add some stepping stones using stone buttons, and I'll also add some flower pots at the sides of the door. And then if you would like, you can decorate the balconies with chairs, tables, and other things like I do here. Now as for what you want in the interior, I'll leave that entirely up to you guys, but as always, I'll quickly show you how I decorated mine as an example. But that is going to be all for this modern house tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed and thank you so much for watching. As always, I love to hear all your feedback and don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed, as that would be much appreciated. And with that said, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Later guys, bye bye.